Hello, is anyone online? 1 minute early. Can you hear me? Hello everybody, can you hear me? If you're online, can you put your name in the comments and where you're from? That would be awesome. And we're going to get started real soon. It's right on 7 o'clock. So I hope I've got some people on because we're going to demonstrate some chalks tonight, the beautiful Soft Pastels Assortment. I don't know whether any of you have used chalks before, but I'm loving them. I'm really loving them. My inks haven't been used for a few days and I've had chalky hands and I've been having a ball. So, hi Deb, welcome. I like the little hand wave. They're really cool, hey. Love that. That's awesome. So Deb, have you tried any of the chalks before from Stampin Up or from anywhere else? Have you ever tried using chalks for card making or scrapbooking, anything like that? I'd be interested to know if anyone has used them and let me know what you think. And that would be interesting to see. But we'll just wait a few more minutes just till we get a few more people online. I've had a busy day today. I've had 2 sick grandchildren. As much as I love them, and they wanted to play on my art. Oh, you haven't, Deb? Well, maybe after tonight you might want to get some because they're very, 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 very versatile. Hi, Kim. Welcome this evening. Thank you for joining in. Where are you from, Kim? Just let us know. I was just saying I've had a busy day today. I've had 2 grandchildren who've been sick. So Mum and Dad had to go to work, so Grandma had to look after them, and they were good kids though. One's 5 and one's 3. So it was a lovely grandchildren day, but they wanted to play on the iPad and I wouldn't let them because I had to let it charge for tonight's video. So, hi Kim, which part of Brisbane are you in? North, south, east, west? Which suburb? If you want to say, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. We're just going to wait till we get a few more people on and we'll get started. I'll open up my little box of pastels shortly when we've got more people online. And I've been playing with them for the last few days. I'm loving them. So, have you both heard about Stampin' Up? You all know about Stampin' Up? Okay, well, I'm in Brackenridge on the north side of Brisbane. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Don't let that frighten you. I only do classes for online. I do them in person. I do the odd workshop, and I will do workshops for you, but I'm all about teaching. And 18-month-old. Oh, Kim, that would have been lovely. Oh, Deb, Ellie Beach, how beautiful. Oh, Kim from Strathpine, you're not far away from me at all. Yeah, so that's great. I'm hoping, I've got some friends down Sydney way, so I'm hoping that they join in soon because they're in lockdown. So, but how good would be to be on in Early Beach? You've been on a holiday, no doubt, Deb. Hope the weather's been good for you. It's been good down here. So let's see. Anyone else online who hasn't signed in, let me know. So I know who's around, who's listening in. My little 5-year-old said to me, I'll see you tonight on iPad, Grandma. I said, no, I think you'll be in bed, but you could tell Mummy to join in. Oh, wow, 40 years since you've been to Early Beach. Ours was our 35th wedding anniversary just the other day. So, yeah, congratulations on your honeymoon 40 years ago. Wow, it would have changed a lot since then. Yeah. Oh, Kim, I used to live there. I'd love to live up that way. I think it would be awesome to live near the Barrier Reef. How cool would that be? Oh, wow. Mind you, I'm pretty happy here. We're all around family, and so so it's good. So, all right. Well, look, I think I'm going to get started. I'm just going to change my flip me around, and these are the Soft Pastels Assortment, as they call them. I just call them chalks. So what we've got, and mine are well used, as you will see. That's our assortment. Now we only get 8. Stampin Up released some not a long time ago, which was before I was in Stampin Up, and they had a lot more colours, but they've done a pretty good job, and I don't know, but they may release some more at a later date with more colours. Deb and Kim, can you just let me know if you can hear me okay? I just need to make sure that my microphone's working all right. I'd hate to start demonstrating and you can't hear me. So just a thumbs up if you can hear me all right. Before I do actually get started too, what I will mention is tonight, if you order $50 or more, you get free shipping and handling. But to do that, you'll have to email me your orders, and my email address is there. Because then I can put your order in for you and adjust the shipping rates. Whereas if you do it online yourself, you'd have to pay the shipping and then I'd have to reimburse you, and it's a little bit more complicated. So great, glad you can hear me. That's good. Thanks, Kim. So that's my email address. Now this video will be available after on Facebook as well. Also, I'll be putting it into on my YouTube channel, so any of the details you can get from that. And if you've joined my group, you will be able to access the PDFs and all the information about what we've learnt tonight for you to keep for free. Yeah, so it's not my Facebook page. There's actually 2 Winning Creations. There's Winning Creations page. There's a Winning Creations group. So you'll need to join the group. It'll send me an email and I'll have to approve it. So that's only invitation only virtually. So and approved to join in on the group. So you have access to any of the information and techniques and that we're doing tonight. So first of all, let me go through the colours. We've got Night of Navy, which to me looks more like Pacific Point. So be aware it's not as dark as Night of Navy. We've got Granny Apple Green, Coastal Cabana, Mossy Meadow, Gorgeous Grape. Oh, I'm doing well. I'm remembering these off by heart. Poppy Parade, Mango, I think this is Mango Melody, and this is Daffodil Delight, or back to front. I'm not sure. They're very similar in colour, but they're the colours that we get. So I'm just going to push them up there, and I'm going to show you the best way to work with these chalks. Okay, so we've got our picker tool. Has everybody got a picker tool? You know what a picker tool is. It's a great little tool. It has a spatula, which I use. It's got a pointy tip for paper piercing or picking up diamantes or whatever. That's on one end. There's another one that's got a ball on the end for balling paper for making flowers. And I forget what the other one is, but it's in my drawer. And at the other end we have some putty, which is you can buy refills for, and that is great for picking up small pieces of paper, great for little sequins and things like that. But tonight we're just going to use the spatula, which is this is my favorite tool. It does everything. Best way for chalks, you can use them straight from the block, but I scrape a little bit off, a fair bit, because I'm going to do a few demonstrations tonight. Just be aware, if you do it at an angle, it's going to squirt over, so I do it straight up and down, and I change ends just so that it evens out. They will break over time, but as you can see, I've used this heaps in the last few days, and And if they break, it's no biggie, you can still use them. So this is our Granny Apple Green. I think there's about 6 techniques I'm going to show you tonight. So if you're into card making, yes, you can use a brush. I'm going to show you all the different techniques. Oh, no, there's not a brush. You mean a brush on the end of the take your pick tool, Deb. There's not a brush there on the end, I don't think. No, it's a, but you can use, if you meant using a brush for this, you can. But I will show you all of that later on. I'm just scraping off the chalks because I find on a silicone mat like this is ideal. And your chalk is already powdery and it's all ready to go. So, Laura, do we have Laura there? Hi Laura, how are you? Hope you're keeping well. They're just showing the girls how to do the chalks, and I scrape them off with the spatula end of the take your pick tool and put them onto onto the silicone mat. I just ordered 2 more of these silicone mats, so I just use them all the time. When I've got classes, I was a bit short, so I just love them. They're great. Okay, that's the Poppy Parade. I think this is Mango Melody. Don't quote me on that. Oh, could be Daffodil. No, it doesn't. Looks a bit dull for Daffodil Delight, doesn't it? I think that might be Mango Melody. I think this one's Daffodil Delight. Yeah, it's a lot lighter. See how if you do it at an angle, it squirts out. So if you do it straight up and down, it's a lot easier to use. Okay. All right, before I go any further, I've got to show you girls. Any orders over $50 tonight, any orders at all over $50 get free shipping and handling, but any order goes into the draw to win this. I got this as a freebie for celebration, and I'm giving it away as a gift tonight for any orders. It'll go into a draw, and I'll draw it out, and the winner will receive this. This is a fantastic set. Textures and frames, great for scrapbooking, great for card making. So any orders at all ordered on my through my shop will go into the draw to win that. Pretty awesome prize if you ask me. Right, so first of all, I'm going to another tip, keep some paper towels handy. Your hands will get chalky, and or a wet towel or something, just to wipe your hands on every now and again, and so you don't transfer your chalk. That's the hot tip for tonight. Well, one of them anyway. I've got lots to come. So what I've done is I've just cut a whole lot of white cardstock, and I'm just going to demonstrate different ways, and then I'm going to show you the cards that I've made. I will have the instructions for the cards on the PDF on my group page tomorrow. But for tonight, because I've got 6, I think I said I've got 6 techniques tonight, so I won't be making the actual cards. I've actually made them, and I will show you at the end of the video what cards we've done. Okay, so we're going to stamp our image, and this one I'm using is from Dragonfly Garden, which is that stamp set, and I did a clever thing. I put the wrong stickers thinking they were the same dragonfly, but one's got an empty body, one's got a full body. So this has actually got the empty body, but it's got the full body sticker. I will remember it, nobody else will, but I know when I use it, I will. So I need my memento. I'm quite happy using memento. You could use Stays On if you wanted. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Don't be afraid to ask, and if I can answer them, I will. Oh, sorry, jigging my camera. Is that? Oh, okay. So we're going to start off. This is just using the basic white cardstock, memento ink. I'm going to stamp my dragonfly image. Then I'm going to clean it and just put it aside for now. We're going to take the basic ordinary cotton bud. I think we've all got these in our craft room, haven't we? All right, I'm just going to bring in my silicone mat here with my chalks on it. I hope you can all see that all right. I'm going to do, I'll do my favourite colours. The Coastal Cabana. And all we're going to do is pick up a bit of the chalk, just a bit of the chalk, and we're going to rub it in, just in circular motions. Okay. Now, if you want to blow that away, blow it away, but don't blow it while you've got your all your chalks there like I did the other day and chalk went everywhere. Or just give it a shake just to get the excess off. Or you can leave it till the end, whatever, but just don't blow it over all your chalks. So I'm going to do half the wings in the Coastal Cabana. Now, the more pressure you put, the darker it's going to be. But using a cotton bud is not going to make it really dark. The thing with chalks, they're called soft pastels for a reason. They give a very faint outline. I do like to do images that can be die cut or punched out because, probably because I'm messy, but this isn't too bad because the cotton bud is very accurate. But when you use sponge daubers or sponges or anything, or even your blending brushes, they will, you won't be as accurate. So I'm just going in here with this gorgeous grape now, because I always think dragonflies are purple and blue. I don't know, they're all different colours to me, but probably in nature. But yeah, you don't need a lot of chalk. I'm probably putting on a lot more chalk here than I've got, but as you can see, it spreads really easily. I'll just give that a whisper, and then I'll turn back over to my, and just see how nicely that blends in. Really blends in, and you don't have to worry about it going out over the lines because you're going to cut it out. Okay, I don't know what colour dragonflies have, but I'm going to do it in the mossy meadow. Okay, and I'm just going to do that. Now, you're probably saying, oh, won't the chalk rub off? The chalk might rub off. I'll just take, I've just wiped that over with a dry Scott towel. It hasn't come off. It hasn't smudged. In fact, it looks a lot better. But you can actually spray hairspray over it if you want. I haven't done it on any of my cards that I've done. But another way of fixing it if you want, and it even enhances the colour, is your Wink of Stella. And it does an awesome job of giving it that bling and just giving it a little more depth of colour for the dragonfly. If there's anyone else joining in and you haven't put your name down, I'd love to see who's listening. And say hi and let us know where you're from. So, Wink of Stella, I think I use it on just about every project. I love it. Somewhere along the line I will use Wink of Stella, or I will, wiping with the paper towel, easy, eh? It's good. Okay, so there's our dragonfly. Now that will be easy because I can cut that out and that can be decorated, put it as a decoration on a card. So that's one technique. You can actually use a sponge dauber to do exactly the same, and that's what I'm going to do. I'll just do another butterfly and I'll just show you the difference. You're from Brisbane. Welcome. Lovely to see you. Or hear you. See your name. What do you say? I don't know. Thanks for joining anyway. So I've just stamped this another dragonfly. Now we're going to use, what did I say we're going to use? The daubers, the sponge daubers. I don't know whether I mentioned this, but I do keep a set of daubers just for chalks. I have a plastic bag and they have one for every colour. It's just because so you're not mixing the inks with chalks. So you'll see this won't be as accurate, and it's going to give it a lighter finish. See, it's very subtle because you don't have the pressure of the cotton buds. So if you want a lighter, a very pastel finish, then use your daubers. But as you will see, although I'm not doing too badly, I'm keeping within the lines. That's pretty good. When I did it on practice, it didn't do it. Some things work out, some things don't. Okay, so there's a bit of excess chalk there. So you can see the very subtle. Hello, Beth Wynn. Hello, Stephanie Crook. Lovely, thanks for joining in. I am really well, thanks. We're doing the chalks tonight. Have you tried the chalks, Stephanie? They're lovely. Very pastely using the dauber, but as you'll see, it's not. Oh, see, I've gone outside in the darker colour. So it doesn't matter on this image because we're going to cut it out. Well, it will be cut out with a punch, but you can see that it's not as accurate as what the cotton bud was. So Steph, if you've missed anything, you can always go back tomorrow or later on tonight and see the preview, see it in rewind, so to speak. See, that's really messy looking to me, but as I said, if you're going to cut that out, it's not going to matter. So and we could do a Winker Stella on that too. The Winker Stella really pops an image, not just in chalks, in in your inks as well. You don't have to add it if you don't want to. You could use shimmer paste. I use shimmer. I'm so glad you could too, Steph. It's lovely to see you online again. So there's the Wink of Stella again. Now, I will show you a flower image using this. Now, this is from, what set's that from? You girls have probably said it before I've even, I can't remember which one it's from. Oh, here it is. It's the Tasteful Textures, this flower here. I'm just going to show you that it can look really effective with the outline on the card. So when I'm going to sponge dauber this, and I'm going to deliberately go outside the lines. These are, Inga, these are the Stampin' Up chalks that we're using. These are called the Soft Pastel Assortments. Okay, so they're in the new catalogue. Yeah, you get 8 colours. They're absolutely amazing. So you only get 8 colours, but now I'm going to go outside this image. So you can imagine doing this directly on a card. This could give it quite a nice background. And we'll do some yellow in the centre and just bring that around. Might go a bit darker in the centre. Okay, and then might even darken that up. If you wanted to go in and darken up those colours, you could go in with your Q-tip and you could darken it with that. Just give it highlights. So where the dark is on the stamped image, you can go in and darken that a bit. Okay. Just like so. I'm no artist, but you girls might know where to lighten things and where to put things and where the light and the shadows may be. Usually if you follow so anyway, that gives you an idea of what you can achieve. If you didn't want that background, cut it out and just cut the flower out. Okay, so that's basic how you can, the very easiest ways of applying getting all confused here, all the chalks. A little bit more technical now, but this technique I just love. I'm just going to give my hands a wipe, and I'm going to bring in a stamp from the good old Timeless Tulips. Love the tulips. I'm going to take that flower off that block, and just give that a bit of a wipe over. All right, has anybody got this Timeless Tulip stamp set? I've had it, I think it's been out a couple of years now, and it's quite a nice set. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to get the old Versamark out. Well, not the old one. Well, yes, you should see the colour of my Versamark. Are you ready? Look at this. I've got about 3 stamp pads. They never stay white for long. So I'm going to stamp this in Versamark. Now, what I will say is that, oh, that's because I use my my baby wipe to wipe the acrylic block over with. So I would do, if you're doing more than one image, do them one at a time. Okay, so I'm going to get my dauber. Now this will be cut out as well. Now just in circles, and watch how the Versamark picks up that ink. Can you, oh sorry, I'm off camera. Can you see that? Isn't that amazing? Okay, and we're going to bring in the yellow because I like these two-toned tulips. I did a card a few years ago when I first got this set, and it was a pretty good cut. Okay, so because this has a punch, you will punch that out, but the way that Versamark picks up that colour is incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to show you that one more time. I'm going to use the smaller one. Okay, now I can see that. You probably can't see where the image is, but if you were doing this in person, you would see. Now I'm going to use my blending brush. These blending brushes, you can use these with your chalks, and just give them a brush, okay, and it'll do the same thing. It's not as dark as the like the sponge dauber leaves the darker colours, whereas this leaves a softer background. But I'm just going to give this a wipe like that, and no, it doesn't rub off, Deb. Doesn't rub off. I'll show you. Look at that. I'm just going before this dries. You will need to do these, as I said, before the Versamark dries. Well, that goes with anything really. Your Versamark does dry, so and I will show you a technique later that if it does dry, on what to do. So I have a punch that will punch that out. That I would have to cut out by hand. But I do have, oh, I'll show you the leaf. The leaf that you cut out, I think it's that one that goes with the punch. This is the punch to match the Timeless Tulips. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Oh, it's this one. Of course it's this one because it's got green on it. Okay. So, and if I was smart enough, I would have lined that up with the punch, but I'm not going to punch it out tonight because I'm going to show you a card later on. Okay, so we might just turn this one over. Versamark. Okay, this is the leaf. I'm going to take one of my green blending brushes. Well, see the chalk come off of that, and I'm going to use a bit of the dark on the inside, and a bit of the white, the lighter green on the outside. And I probably picked up too much chalk there, in which case I can, oh, I blended my greens there then, never mind. So, and if you punch that out, you've got a beautifully coloured leaf. It's not going anywhere. Okay. No, it's not heat set at all. We're not using heat tonight. Oh, we are using heat, but that's not for the chalks. No, it's the Versamark will stay on, will hold the chalk because it's a sticky ink. Yeah, so no, Steph, you don't have to worry about it, heat setting it or anything. If you weren't sure if there was a lot of colour and you did want to set it, just use your ordinary hairspray and it just needs a light spray. Okay, so let's get a little bit more technical. Now I'm just going to get my baby wipe and clean up my stamps a bit because I don't need my tulips anymore. And don't forget to join the group, Steph. I don't know if you're in the group, you can get all the PDFs from my Facebook tutorials and everything, or watch it again on Facebook or on YouTube channel. Right, another piece of paper and my trusty stencils. Gosh, I love stencils. Love, love, love stencils. Okay, so I adhere my stencils, my paper to the back of the stencils. Yeah, it's good step. You know, you go, if you order anything, you go into the drawer to win a stamp set, which is what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Here it is. You win this stamp set. You can win this if you put in an order, you go into the drawer. This is from Celebration. You normally have to spend over $90 to earn one of these, okay, on Celebration. However, if you spend $50 or more, you get free shipping and handling. But any orders of any amount of any value, you just go onto my Facebook page, and there's Winning Creations Facebook page, but there's also my group. So if you search Winning Creations, click on the group, say join, and it'll send me an email, and I will allow you to join. Okay, so I'm going to use the shimmery embossing paste tonight because those who know me know how much I love my bling and my glitter. So you've seen I've attached a piece of paper to the stencil. Now these are one of the new stencils. I love this one. Okay, I'm going to get it and I'm going to ice it just like icing sugar, just as you would if you're using your inks or anything, or if you're using this as a background on any of your cards. You get that beautiful glitter. You could use your white embossing paste, it wouldn't matter, you can use any one. It's just that I like the glitter, and you can put it on as thick or as thin as you like, but I like to cover the whole card. And I do like to make the card, cut it just a little bit bigger, so that I can trim it down to size. Okay, so all we've done is put that. Now while that's still wet, we are going to, where's my other card that I did? I forgot what colours I did. It was awesome. Oh, well, let's make it up as we go. I'm going to do, what's this colour again? Poppy Parade there. I'm going to do a little bit of, cool, that'd be great, Steph. Now it's celebration time and it's a great time to join Stampin' Up. So who spends between $50 and $100 a month on any sort of craft supplies? If you do, you need to become a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and don't let that frighten you, because you don't have to demonstrate. You can just join with a friend and you get all the benefits of a demonstrator, and you get all your craft supplies at discounted prices. Okay, I've just got to change that subject for a moment because we're going to do this. So we've got different chalks done. I've done it at a diagonal. You can do it at any way. So what we're going to do is, I'll go this way. We're going to swipe that, and you can do it as thick or as thin as you like. The chalk, I mean. Okay. Okay. So I will wipe my palette knife, and one thing I forgot to do was to get my water. Okay. Look at that. So I'm going to have to wipe this off with a straight away, because you really should. How awesome will that look as a background on a card? That would look awesome. Excuse me while I just scrub this off, because I forgot to get my tub of water in, and if you don't get it off straight away, you never will, because it goes really hard. But look, I think that's pretty impressive. Okay, now what I have done, and I'll show you later, is I actually cut strips of mine. I did it in a different stencil, and I cut strips, and I did it like, I'll show it to you later. But that's another way, and I'll put that aside to dry before I take that off. But that is fantastic. Aren't those colors just like, you can do the same with ink, but when you just got a few shavings of chalk on it, it's amazing, isn't it? So that's that technique, and I'm going to put that aside. Which one are we up to? Let me read my notes. Oh yeah. We can't do a stamping class without using an embossing folder, can we? Embossing, one of the most impressive effects, I think, as stamping girls. You will agree? Am I correct? Embossing is the boss. So I have done one I prepared earlier, if I can find it. Oh, also what I will do is in the PDF files, I've got this little diagram here, and there's one thing I haven't shown you is how to use water. I might just show you that before I use the embossing one, because that's another pretty good technique. So I'm going to grab my floral image again. We'll do it with the floral image. Which I think's a good one to do it with. What do I do with my flower image? Does anybody ever put things in the wrong? Oh, I do this all the time. I'll have things right next to me, and I'll put them in the wrong container. No. All right, I'll just do it with the dragonfly again, only because I can't find my flower. Yep. Okay. All right, now if we are to do this, let's get our chalk straight out from here, and we're going to apply them directly on the stamp set. So he's going to have blue wings. I would get your chalk up pretty dark on this. He's going to have a blue wing and a purple wing. Why, I don't know, but just what colours I picked. Remember, you can do this to any stamp. Okay. No ink. Nothing. No Versamark. Nothing. And then we're going to do the Mossy Meadow body. Okay. So he looks pretty chalked up, this dragonfly, wouldn't you say? I'm going to get a little squirt of water, and I'll do it here so you can see, but I would normally do it away from the desk. And just wet it up. Now this may take a bit of practice to get it right. I'm going to squirt that one more time so you can see how wet that is. And then, now that's too wet. I'm going to try stamping him again, and it's just not quite, but you get the idea. So I'm going to try it again. And you can do this, you can just stamp straight onto it, just chalk straight onto it. I'm so used to saying stamping. Okay, a bit of purple. And we'll do get in there, the green body again. Okay, that first one's dried. Now, to me, that looks like a watercolour painting. Someone's done, so I've just squirted it twice that time with a light spray. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so that will just take practice. It's just learning how to apply how much chalk and how much water, and you'll get it. But I'm quite happy with that, and it gives you a lovely like you've painted it. Like there's not a black image. The chalk has done, there's no stamp, black stamp like the Stays On or the Memento. It's just the chalks themselves. Now you can clean it. I've just cleaned this with a baby wipe, but I've also done it on my mister and and cleaned it as normal. Okay, so that's just another little technique before I get onto this. The embossing. So to save time tonight, I've actually have embossed a couple of pieces, or got my grandchildren to do it today. I showed them what to do. Oh, there's the one I did earlier with the see the colors in that, with that embossing with the stencil. I thought that turned out really, really well. I was hoping to do the same again, but it will come out different every time. So, yeah, and that's the thing. Even when you're making cards and everything, they all come out different, don't they? So we're going to do a couple of different techniques. I've just run this through my mini stamp. This is one of the mini dies, the mini embossing folders. So it's just got the dots on it. So I'm going to do purple. Oh, look, let's just lash out and do green, shall we? Oh, out of my comfort zone. If you just run your chalks down there, or up and down, just over it. There you go. Looks like it's been. Now, I have wiped that off. So you see how the chalk has moved, but it's given it a lighter background. So if you don't want that, hairspray it before you rub it. But you can also do it again to give the dots a darker colour. Okay? And now I would spray that with hairspray if you wanted it to look like that, and not wipe it again. So you've got a very pale background with the darker green dots. Okay, so that's one. Another folder I did was, I can't remember the name of this, but it's in the new catalogue. It's got writing, and it's I think it's an old world one or something. So you can just gently go up. Okay, now if you just wanted that, you could do it in different colours if you wanted to. And there's a bit of a background for a card. You could do, you know, if you wanted to. It's probably not the best folder I've got a square one here with the squares. You can do it with your brushes. Which side will I do? I think I'll do this side. And you can do different colours. Just be careful which colours you mix. You see I've got the purple in there, but I probably got a bit of yellow, so it's probably going to make it a bit muddy looking. A bit of the green. But you could brighten that up. I might scrape some more purple on that. And get the purple and see if that might work out a bit better. Okay, so there you have, and then you can wipe that and it doesn't matter. Okay, just makes it subtle. I think that makes a pretty good background. You know, you can darken it. If you want to do it darker, you do your daubers or your cotton buds. But, you know, it's personal preference, isn't it? It's really personal preference. Where's my blue? There we go. My Coastal Cabana one. I think I wanted to do that. So I will use these up later and make cards out of these. So, yeah. And of course, if that's not pretty enough, you can, we all know about the shimmer paste. Or did I get it out? Shimmer paste is awesome. And you could spray that on, I use the frosted one, and I just can't seem to find it. I get these things out and then I forgot I've gotten them out. Not in my box of goodies. But spray that and it gives it that nice shimmery effect. So here's your shimmery effects. Your shimmer effects. This one's champagne, sorry, that's a champagne one. So you put it in a little spritzer with, is this it? Yeah, this is it. So I've got it in one of these little spritzers that Stampin' Up sell with isocol. Now you can use water, but isocol dries quicker. It smells nice too. So, and you could just spray that. Spray it at a distance. And that gives it, I don't know whether you can see it, but it gives it a beautiful light shimmer. And I use that a lot on my cards as well. So the shimmer paste, and I think that comes in a white as well, which is nice, especially at Christmas time. Looks good on Christmas trees. So that's another effect. This one is my good old seashells. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to I think I might use my daubers. I'm going to use my daubers. I love saying that word, dauber. Dauber. Yeah, it's a good effect, wasn't it, Deb? Yeah. So I'm going to do this seashell. So you can see I've embossed this one. This is using the Friends Are Like Seashells embossing folder. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to do a bit of the Poppy Parade around here. And I do it just in a circular motion. Okay. Don't blow it into your chalks, Beth. Okay. So this one might be a yellow shell. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, I hope my grandchildren haven't given me a cold. Okay, so your shells are getting a bit of shape, a bit of texture, a bit of colour, a bit of everything. The green, leaves, the seaweed, of course, can get green. You could use your, that actually worked out really well what I did before. I mixed the two greens and I'm getting a nice two-toned effect. So there you go, we've discovered a new technique. Mix your greens. I'm just using the a cotton bud just to do these leaves because they're a finer pattern. Okay. I'm just going to wipe that, wipe all that, and go back to my daubers. It's totally up to you guys what you want to do. I'm just showing you the techniques, and these are the colours that I'm using. So, but you can use any colours you like on any, and I'm really kind of hoping Stampin' Up bring out some more chalk colours. Okay, so I'll just do a little bit more there. And we're actually going to stamp this up even more. Step it up, not stamp it up. We're going to step it up, I should say. Just get rid of that. I might just do that little shell there in a bit of orange. So, okay. So we're going to get this chalk directly, and we're just going to highlight some of these bits here. Okay. So you can see how it's becoming a real work of art now, because not only have you got embossing and colour, you've got two different tones of colours. Okay, so, and just lightly rub it over that. And this one. Okay, and these two little shells will just, and I always try to go in the direction of the embossing. Okay, and a bit of dark green. I won't do the leaves the seaweed too much, because that's I think that's pretty good. All right, so we might just give that a little bit of a wipe. But you know what? I think we could take it a step further. Let's get the Versamark and let's just lightly rub in little areas. Okay. Let's get the heat and stick powder. Whoops, better get my tray out. And this is where the heat comes in. It's the only heat we're using. The only heat we're using. Okay, no worries, Steph. You can always catch it up online later on. See ya. Thanks for joining. Put that back in there. And we're going to give that a bit of a heat. Sorry about the noise, girls. Just heating up those little bits. Hopefully it'll be sticky enough. Let's see how we go. Of course, we're going to put some gold. Okay, just tiny little bit of gold. So you saw where I put the tiny bit of Versamark. Well, this, we just get this and we just rub the gold over that. And I don't think I've done it enough, but I do have a card to show you. Little tiny flecks there. So what we might do is just maybe that Versamark one isn't wet enough. I'll try this one. Okay, I'll try that again. Didn't put the heat and stick on. Oh, silly Beth. Luckily, I've got a new jar of that. That one's just about finished. Okay. Hopefully it didn't dry it out too much. And you can usually see when the heat and stick powder is working because it goes shiny. Okay, we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't matter because I've already done one and I can show you on a card. There you go. There's a little bit more gold on it. It's just a little bit of a glint of gold. Don't know whether the light's catching that up or not. But I'll show you that on a card later because that is a really effective technique. Now, last technique for tonight is one of my faves and it involves the Stamparatus. Does anyone have a Stamparatus? Okay, anyone not knowing what a Stamparatus is, it's a positioning tool. It's a stamp positioning tool. So we can take our stamps and we can stamp them on our card, and if we haven't done it well enough, we can stamp it again and it will be positioned in exactly the same position. So I'm just taking, this is my card front, and I have sentiments from Biggest Wish. I've got the happy, the big happy, and the small birthday. So, okay, so we put them upside down, so facing down, so you can read it, because the Stamparatus, oh, I've missed a step, sorry, Dullins. Let's do this first, and before we get started on that, what I do like to do before this, because you will never get this right. Well, if you can, let me know. It's amazing, but because text and sentiments are very hard to get without smudging, even using a Stamparatus, what I found, and looks really, really impressive, is a background first, and I've just done my daubers using my chalks, my different colours randomly, but in the colours you want to use. Okay, now I'm using a circular motion and I'm blending these colours in. Okay. And we're just going to, might put a little bit more yellow up here, so that'll make it a nice greeny colour, and a bit more blue down in here. Okay, so colours that are going to blend, okay, and give it a wipe. Okay, so that in itself is a nice background. Okay, so if you wanted to use that as a background, hey, go for it. That is beautiful. Put some embellishments and a sentiment on it, and that's great. But let's step it up a notch and use our Stamparatus. So, and this is this. Oh, I just, when I saw this technique and I tried it, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do it. So I've lined it up. I've put my happy on there, straight at the top, and then I've done my birthday. Happy birthday. Then, just might give that a bit of a wipe and just clean that. So, my stamps look well used, don't they? So you can see what I've done. I've put the paper down, I've put the stamp on top. Okay, so I'm going to bring that stamp up. I'm just going to press it down and make sure that that's exactly where I want it. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my Versamark, and I'm going to stamp up my image while it's on the Stamparatus. And you know what's going to happen, don't you? Press it down, lift it up, use your daubers in any colour, and watch the magic happen. Okay, let's do a yellow and a green. Okay, now you can see, I'll just blow it out that way, that the H in happy hasn't come out. Not a problem. If I did that directly on a card, I'd be going, you wouldn't like to hear the words that would come out of my mouth. But we just want to do that, and I just may move that magnet down. Be very careful you don't put those magnets together, because they will break once they touch each other. And get my blue, I might get the bit of aqua in there. And there's your happy birthday. Okay, but wait, there's more. Might move that up now and move that down. Move it 2 notches. Take your, there's 1. If we did it there, it would overlap. So 2 down. Just make sure that's out the way. Press it down, make sure that's going to be in the right place, which it will be because it's automatically lined up. Versamark it again. Press it down. Make sure that happy's coming out. Okay, now which colour will we use? The big question. Let's use yellow. How is that? And we might use the green or the blue. Let's use the blue again. Blue. We might use the Coastal Cabana. Okay, now what you could do, you could leave it like that, but you could do it one more time so it looks like it's continuous. So you move it down and it'll do a happy, and it'll just cut the birthday off a little bit, but it looks like it's a continuous page. Okay, so I'm going to move that up there a bit. I'm going to Versamark it one more time. Okay, and this time I'll use the blue again. Using the blue a lot, aren't I? There's my blue dauber. Oh, it's magic, isn't it? I just love it. Great for a mail card, these colours, I think. Okay. And there is one magical card front. Now all you would have to do is put a couple of diamantes on there, a couple of sequins or whatever, and there's your card front. That's a pretty cool technique, don't you think? Right, so there are all the techniques. So what I want to show you now are some cards that I've made using these techniques. So that's the card I did with that sort of background, but what I did is just put a stencil and chalked the stencil just in there. So, you know, and a bit of the granny apple green and black. That is a great technique, and you can use that on any sentiment, and even if you want to line up your stamps, florally stamp or whatever, the Stamparatus is a great tool. So that's that card. And then, oh, this was one I experimented on, was Happy Birthday, using that same technique. So I may make a card out of that later on. This one is actually using this technique, remember, with the stencils. And this one I used with the abstract stencil and did it like in sun rays and just a big thanks. So, and just with some clear dots. So this, I think this has to be my favorite technique. I think I'm loving that one and the Stamper Artist technique. But then again, this is the dragonfly card. So these, I did 3 dragonflies. I ran just the small embossing folder across the black, and so I just did pink and black in that, and that's for a true friend. And I cut out one of the little butterflies in silver, and that's in the lovely, oh, what's that new color? Oh, it is lovely polished pink, and the ribbon to match. Then these are some things I experimented with using those. I think you might have, that's on watercolor paper. Now that's the other thing, you can use your brushes to do coloring. You can do your water painters. So just be careful that when you do use your water painters, and I'll quickly do one for you. This is Memento, and I don't think I'm meant to use Memento with water inks, but you know what, I'm going to do it. You can use them, but make sure you use your watercolor paper. You can pick up your ink directly from your chalk, like that. You don't have to do it like that. You can do it directly from the chalk. Yes, I like stencil one. So you can see how that gives you a very direct and accurate painting as well. And if you just want to change colors, just make sure you squirt a bit of your water out. That's something I forgot to show you. There's so many ways that you can use these chalks. Now, this is the tulip card I wanted to show you. That's the tulip card I did. This is the cork paper, which is still available. I think that's in the mini catalogue. And I've done the tulips, the 3 tulips, and I've put the little honeybees on that. So all the instructions to these cards will be available on the web tomorrow on the group page. This is the Friends Are Like Seashells card. So I really wanted a seahorse. I don't have the sea life dies or anything. So I just cut out a black shell and I've put You Are an Inspiration on that. And you can see I've got a bit more gold on that one. That's what I was trying to show you. And I've just put some sequins on that as well. And that's using Pool Party paper, and yet it's Coastal Cabana color, but it blends in really well, I think. So yeah, so they're the cards. So we've done quite a few techniques. That's about all I've got. And I will have that posted as well. So these 2 are actually done with the water spritz, so you can see one didn't come out as good as the other because it depends on how much chalk you put on and how much water you spray. So but I'll have a copy of that and all the cards and their instructions on the group page tomorrow at some stage. And because I've got classes, I've got special needs classes tomorrow. And doesn't it make a lovely background? All these beautiful colours. All right, my lovelies. Has anybody got any questions? Anything you want to ask? Please feel free to do so. Don't forget my website is, that's my email if you need to place an order. If it's under $50, just go straight to my blog site, which is there, that one, and you can click on my shop and shop online. No worries, Carmen. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining in. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoy doing these Facebook Lives. So I've got another one scheduled, I think, for the 22nd. That's going to be a scrapbooking one. But don't let that turn you off if you're not a scrapbooker, because the techniques I use. Thank you, Petra. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining in. Any of the techniques I do for scrapbooking, you can apply onto cards as well. So, you know, feel free. I think it's the 22nd of September. So just check my blog site and my... there I am, hello. Just check my Facebook page or my blog site for updated details. I have some Saturday morning classes coming up for card making and for scrapbooking. If you'd like to come, send me an email. Look on the classes and events tab on my blog site and flick me an email to book in. Haven't done it what we're doing yet, but yeah, I will be organised by then. And thank you once again for joining me. And please, if you have any questions, email them to me or text me, whatever. And hopefully I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Everyone take care. And please think about placing an order. Think about joining Stampin' Up, because it's a great time. Lots of freebies. You don't have to do it on your own. You can join with a friend. Yeah, and don't forget to join the group, the Facebook group, to get all your free PDFs and everything. All right, everybody. Thanks again for joining, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.